loves! Welcome to our tarot reading event, Messages from Your Higher Self. We're going to wait a few minutes for everyone to pop in before we get started. But I invite you to drop in the chat, maybe start to raise the vibe a little bit. I'm hoping you can hear the music. Move with it a little bit. Shake the day off so far. Set yourself a little ritual space as much as you can wherever you are. And we're going to get ready to vibe together and channel some messages from your higher selves. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Anna. So we're going to read the intentions once we get started, but if you're just dropping in, go ahead and pop your intention for today's time together in the chat. So important to add your energy to the space. You add it just by being here, but really setting that intention elevates the experience, not only for you, but for everybody else too. So I thank you all for doing that and for being here. So like I said, we're going to give it a few more minutes. I'm going to go ahead and light our candle, which I need to get a new one. This one's almost out. Just looking a little sad. Just a reminder for everyone, in case you haven't been on a live with me before, I have a wonderful dog, Shadow, who takes his job of protecting the space very seriously, which does mean that when the neighbors come and go, he barks. So if you're wearing headphones, just beware. I do my best to put him outside so it's not too loud when that does happen, but it takes me a minute to, get up and let him out. So I always like to give that little disclaimer for everybody's poor little ears. And it says, just moved my room furniture around, still looking for the aesthetic. Yeah, settling into a new space is always, it's fun, but it takes a while to get that vibe just right. So I feel ya. Ashley says, fun, I always love revamping a space. Yes. I found this song the other day, and this might be my new theme song. I'm really loving it. Really fits the vibe. And it says it's a jam. It absolutely is. Hello, Jeannie. All right. Now turn this down a little as we all come into the space, doing a little clearing, just setting the intention for the space to be sacred and blessed for our time together. And we will take a moment to connect together. I'm going to breathe a little bit, ground. I'm going to read your beautiful intentions. And then we will get into the reading for the collective. And once I have finished the reading for the collective, we will move into personal messages. If you would like a reading for however much time we have left, I'll get to as many as I can. Ground rules for the space. I'm sure I don't need to say it, but this is live on YouTube, so anything can happen. Please be kind and respectful. And this is a place for all of us to gather for the highest and greatest good. And anything that's in the chat that does not align with that will be reported and removed. I'm going to do my best to monitor the chat, but while I am in the middle of delivering messages, I may not catch something. So if you're in the chat and you feel that it's not fitting that vibe, please feel free to go ahead and I think you can still report comments. It's been a while. All right, let's see. Ashley says, just wanted to share. I'm proud of my hubby. He has lo-fi chill music out now. And she shares where you can listen to it. How cool. Ashley, thank you for sharing that. And it says, I feel safe here. Ashley says, me too. Okay, great. I love that. I love we're already feeling the vibe. I try my best to uphold that, but just wanted to put that out there. Beautiful. All right. I'm going to switch the music here. As much as I love this vibe, it's not quite meditation-esque, if you will. All right. Taking a moment to arrive here together officially. Adjusting yourself in your seat however you need to. I invite you to soften down your eyes and take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Setting the intention to let go of anything that has happened so far today. Taking a deep breath in and out. Feeling the gravity pull you to the center of the earth. Grounded on this physical plane to Mother Earth, wherever you are. Take a deep breath in and out. As you arrive deeper in your body, I invite you to bring your awareness to the sky above you, to the divine, ether, source. Setting the intention of connecting today with your higher self and allowing whatever messages need to come through for our highest and greatest good, both as the collectives and individuals, to make their way into our fields with ease and clarity. And as you sink deeper into this intention and the connection with your divine awareness, we draw the energy from above into our sacred vessels to meet in our heart center, connecting our grounded earth energy with the sky etheric energy, intertwined with the soul essence of who we are on the deepest level. Taking a deep breath in and out. Setting a space for you to quietly call in your own intention reinforcing whatever you dropped here into the chat that we're about to speak into. And as you do this, I call on my guides and the highest beings of light to protect this space and all of the both etheric and earth aspects of it, internet aspects of it, so that we can hold the integrity and intention of this space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. With one final deep breath in, gently wiggle your fingers and toes, open your eyes, and come back into our space together. Thank you for joining me in that little grounding ritual and prayer. Hopefully you're feeling more calm now. I'm going to go ahead and scroll back up here and read our intentions for this time together. Ashley says, my intention is to step into a space of calm and to really reach and connect with my higher self to gain some clarity. I love that. She says also some major healing vibes physically and spiritually. Sending so much love into that for you, Ashley. Let's see. Ashley also says, I want to connect with my ancestors and Celtic lineage. I'm seeing you in all of these beautiful intentions and manifestations. You have a lot going on here, and I love that for you. All right. Lady Slipper says, organization. I think that was her intention. I love that. Sending you all the organizing vibes. I love organizing. Let's see. Anna says grounding and uplifting. I'm not sure if that was your intention or response to our meditation, but either way, I'm here for that. And if you're just tuning in, we're dropping in our intentions for the time together today. So if you want to slide one in real quick, please feel free to do so as I catch up on the chat. Ashley says, your voice in this music is so soothing. I can meditate so well listening to your steps. I'm so happy. I love that. I'm glad that helps you. I feel like I've finally found my own way of doing it in the past little while, and now to like be able to share it and know that it works for other people too is great. And this is an image of a boy playing with sand, and a beautiful sand dragon glittered for me during meditation. Ooh, I love that, Anna. How exciting. I always love when those visions come through. They're so special. All right. I'm going to set our beautiful candle aside. That way we don't, I have flyers when I shuffle, so our intention space holder is still there, but I'm not going to, burn the house down. Because nobody wants that. Anna says, yeah, art coming later. I love that, Anna. I expect a little sneak in your close friends later. So I pulled some cards for us before we started. I have not looked at them yet, so I'm going to use those, and then we're going to pull some tarot cards. Again, doing a card reading for the collective from our higher self, so kind of as a general message for any of those of us who are tuning in here. And then after I'm done, if you would like a personal reading, and I will get to as many as I can in the amount of time that we have left. So from our higher selves here, we have Sky Father, trust in the unknown. Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. Stag, trust and thrive. We got a lot of cards here. Seer, see beyond the current situation. So let's start here. Sky Father. I feel that the message here, there's a strong sense of strength coming in here with this eagle for us and the Sky Father. And there seems to be a big collective theme for us, both that I've seen popping up in readings and just from speaking with you all in general. And trust in the unknown has been coming up a lot, and I feel that a lot of us are taking some really big steps this year. There are lots of things that we have been working on personally and collectively that have taken a lot out of us, to be honest, in the past few years. They've required a lot of strength from us, a lot of internal healing and positioning. And that's not to say that that is over, but I feel that there is some sort of collective kind of turning of the wheel as we enter into this year, and sort of a grounded stabilization, even as we embark on some type of new chapter. So what the guidance of the higher self or the higher collective mind here is for us is that as we move into the unknown, to not forget all of the progress that we've made, right? There may be some sort of kind of energetic signature that we associate with the unknown because of things that have happened in the past. And as we move forward, we're being invited to let go of those old associations and ideas of what stepping into the unknown previously looked like for us, because we have come so far in the past couple of years that we're entering into the unknown with a new approach, with a new sense of self, with a new cultivation of inner strength, and just almost an inner pride. Not pride as in like, arrogance, but pride as in just like being proud of yourself and being like fuck yeah, I did that. Like and just celebrating who you've become. And the invitation is to stay rooted in that, right? To not forget what it looks like now for you moving forward. And in this unknown that we're entering into, it is for our higher good, right? It is for the ultimate fulfillment or the manifestation of whatever vision that we're working on, both collectively and individually. And there's a lot of growth within it, not growth of inner growth, but growth is in like actually beginning to see these things unfold for ourselves. And there can be this tendency when we can internally feel these big shifts coming to be a little impatient, right? That's part of being human, to be a little impatient and to feel that we aren't doing it right, or that things aren't quite clicking into place the way that we feel they are because they haven't caught up on the physical plane yet. So with our seer and our stag here, there's really an invitation to set your sights on your vision, right? I just did that ironically, I just did that masterclass all about manifesting with a vision, and that's still available if you want to go to the links page on my website. You can still sign up to get the replay of that, but really setting your sights on the vision and your internal feeling of what's coming next, and not being so focused on your current physical situation, right? Because these things that are changing, they're going to happen, right? They've already changed internally, and we're just kind of staying grounded and staying on the path and trusting that as these things unfold, we will begin to thrive. See what our other two cards are here for us. So we have Moon, take note of intuitive messages, and Hunter, track down your fears and desires. So there's an invitation here to stay curious, to stay open, that even though you have your vision and there's no reason to not chase the vision, there's still an element of surprise or unknown, right? I mean, we're entering into the unknown. It's plainly written there, but sometimes we can get wrapped up in other things and forget, right? When we're trying to predict or control the situation, because an element of prediction and control makes us feel safe, which makes the unknown so scary, right? We feel that it is out of our control. But when we trust in our higher self, when we trust the way it speaks to us, right? Because our higher self speaks to us through our intuition. So when we can cut out the rest of the noise and the rest of the bullshit from everything else and really get quiet and listen and act on the intuitive messages that we're getting, really take time to get curious and take in those signs and explore things that maybe we didn't really feel like exploring before, or things that hadn't occurred to us before, to remain curious as we move through that and as we're encountering those things, because we may be pleasantly surprised, right? That these things bring us to where we're desiring to go. And we had the Four of Swords fall out. And the Four of Swords is, whenever I get messages from my higher self or my guides, they're always a little sassy, and I think that's because my personality is a little sassy. I love a little good dose of sarcasm. And whenever I get the Four of Swords, the Four of Swords to me usually comes up when I'm overthinking about things, where I am like beating the dead horse. I am just like looking for the answer, even though I already know the answer internally, and trying to figure out how to fix something right now. So the Four of Swords invites us into that kind of gut check, right? Are we really listening to the intuition? Are we really taking time to sit with that intuitive hit? Or are we obsessively thinking about what it is that we should do rather than taking time to rest and to listen? Remember, I mentioned that stillness of listening. We also have the Hanged Man and the Five of Pentacles. So again, I feel like this is another nod here to our seer with our see beyond the current situations, because the Hanged Man is really about changing perspective, and not only changing perspective on the earthly plane, but really taking time to internally shift our perspective and to understand the higher vision of something. And with the Five of Pentacles, right, this is very traditionally it's a card of lack, right? It's a card of lacking support, lacking a feel of belonging, lacking a sense of material resources or things that are available immediately to us that we think of or that we see on the immediate plane. So the invitation, again, is to raise your perspective up, to raise your perspective higher to the larger vision and not focus so much on what you see right in front of you at the moment. We have the Page of Cups and the Two of Cups. And the Page of Cups came out reversed. Let me take a sip of tea for a moment. We have Death here on the bottom of the deck and the Magician, which I really love. So as we begin to step into the unknown, right, to move towards things that are meant for us, because the Two of Cups really is about a harmonious relationship, a harmonious partnership. And if that's something you're looking for, that may be a sign for you. But I just see the Two of Cups as really two things that are meant to be together, coming together. And with our Page of Cups, hold on, let me go back to the Death card. I feel like we're supposed to go there first. As we let things go, there may be a sense that things that used to be perfect matches for us, things that used to be two peas in a pod is coming to mind. Just things that used to really feel like parts of us may not feel like they're in line with where we're going anymore. And part of stepping into the unknown and up-leveling in whatever way that you wish to up-level, unfortunately, sometimes means that things that we used to love, people that we used to really click with, mentors that we used to enjoy listening to, any of these things, right? Sometimes as we move along, they're not on the same frequency or path that we're on anymore. And you feel a sense of almost loss with that, depending on which version of that we're moving through. So there's an invitation here to not get stuck in a feeling of loss of that emotional connection. Definitely honor it, right? We don't want to bypass it. We want to honor it. We want to sit with that feeling, to respect it, to move through it. But we don't need to sit there and stare at it and look at it over and over again and focus on the loss of it. But rather, it's an invitation to really sit with it and to not only look at it as an invitation to engage with things or people in a new way, but to just be open to allowing your curiosity and your passions and your zest for life to be reawakened by other things, other places, other people, other mentors, etc., etc. Because ultimately, this is your vision, right? Whatever your vision happens to look like, the goal is to actualize it, right? The 10 is completion. That is like you built the thing, and under death we had the magician, and the magician is the master builder, right? It is the master creator. You as the creator in conjunction with your higher self, with your source, in a relationship of co-creation to build this thing that you have the vision for. So as you're doing that, there's an invitation to really anchor into the higher self from a grounded space still, but anchor into the higher self as your north shining star for this journey into the unknown. Because all of the stuff that's happening on the earthly plane, all of the things that you're letting go of, all the things that you don't see yet that are coming, all the things that you thought were the direction that aren't really tickling your fancy anymore, all of that's just part of the earthly orchestration of the whole thing. And it's going to kind of, I'm seeing, they're showing me this picture of like this super wrinkled shirt. This is so random, but this super wrinkled shirt. And things just being like ironed out, right? And you don't just put the iron on the shirt and then it's like instantly wrinkle free. It takes time, and there's work involved, and there's smoothing out, and some are more stubborn wrinkles. And so I feel like the message with this funny analogy, right, is that some things are going to be more challenging than others. Some wrinkles are going to be harder to get out. Some creases are going to hold things that we thought that would be there forever. But as all of these wrinkles and things that are no longer aligned get ironed out, you're left with your manifestation, right? With everything you thought you wanted and then some. As long as you stay in that space of connection with your higher self and act from that rather than the mental obsessive worrying of the Four of Swords, right? Okay, I'm going to take a sip of tea. We'll see if anything else comes through. And I want to say, I didn't say this at the beginning, but because this is a collective reading, right? I did go pretty general. And there are going to be some messages in here that are for you and some messages in here that aren't for you. And if you're on here live, we'll have an opportunity to hop in if there's something more specific if you'd like. But if you're watching the replay and you missed that opportunity, one, you can always purchase a reading from me. But two, take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't, right? Just because the whole message isn't for you, or just because I said one thing that didn't really feel aligned with you, doesn't mean that the other things in the reading aren't for you, right? This is really a kind of, it's like a buffet, right? You listen to your higher self. That's why we connected in the beginning. You listen to your higher self. Yes, this is for me. Yes, this isn't for me. And if it's not for you, just leave it here. And if it is for you, pile that plate freaking high and take it with you. You know, so I just wanted to say that. Okay. I'm feeling like I want to pull a final message for the collective, but I think that's going to come at the end of this reading. So I'm going to go ahead and pick these up. I do apologize for the lighting. I wanted to put more light on this so you can see the cards better, but it made that awful glare. So if you do have trouble seeing the cards, I apologize. I hope it's not too distracting. I'm going to scroll back a little bit and catch up on the comments here. But if you would like a reading, I ask that you, I know it's, you're going to want to jump in. There's so few people here. I think we can get to all of them, so no rush. But take a moment, really connect in with your higher self for a second. Just reconnect in with that heart space of what we connected with before. And even if you came here with a specific question, just see what's alive for you now. And then when you're ready, and you have your question, or your question can just be a message from my higher self, please. If you would type in the comments, reading, please, and then your question, that would be really helpful for me, just so I know that whatever you're saying is, you know, directed for that. And I have a pile of decks next to me that I picked for this reading. So I'm going to conduct this in the same way that I would conduct a regular reading if you purchased one from me. So if you're interested in my style, not just for the collective, but in, you know, for what it would be like to be in a reading space with me, then this will be a good indication. So before every reading, I intuitively pick decks just for the person that I'm reading for. I connect in with your energy. We do a grounding exercise, which we already did together, so we won't be doing that. But then I do your reading, and I go for as long as it takes to deliver the message usually. So I may not, you know, talk for as long, because sometimes those messages can be 20, 45 hour plus. And I want to get to as many of you as I can today. But like I said, this will be a good mini indication. So catching up on the comments here real quick. Ashley says, oh my God, trust in the unknown once again. My phrase for the year popping up for me. I love that for you. Anna says, huge steps. Fuck yes, stabilizing. Oh yes, we have. We've grown. Anna's clapping. I love this. This must have been while I was doing the reading. I love this. Thank you guys for just kind of like throwing your things in there. That's amazing. Ashley says, my cards I drew for this month is about transmutation. I'm transforming and may not recognize who I once was because of growth. I love that. I'm all about transformation. So I'm feeling that for you, Ashley. That is amazing. I felt lost at the end of last year and the very beginning of this year with my path, but finding out my Celtic lineage has helped me a lot. I love that. Yeah, just speaking to the power of listening to your intuition, right? And it's okay to feel lost. Feeling lost is all part of that. It's part of the journey, and it's uncomfortable, but sometimes it's necessary, right? And then we get that one thing and it really clicks. So I love that for you. Anna says sassy. Yes. Love when the guides are sassy. Ashley says, I relate, need to still my mind. This reading is speaking to me. I love that for you. Stuck on my creative path, like I was working with my writing and writing books, made me feel lost. Going back to my art, and I felt such a sense of peace. So much peace and creativity. Ashley says that's my takeaway from this right now. Love this. Absolutely yay. I'm so happy you're loving it. Anna says salad. Anna and I have this running word salad thing. So for those of you wondering what this salad's about, I'm guessing that's what she's talking about. Love that, Anna. Always here for the word salads. Ashley says, what oracle deck was this? That was the... I think it's called Guardians and Ancestors Oracle. I don't remember exactly the title. After this live is over, I will put links to all the decks that I used in the description box, so check back. I think that's what it's called, though. It's by Kyle Gray. I know that. And it says, thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. All right, Ashley, reading please. Can I get a message from my higher self regarding my magical path? What's my next step in growth and wisdom? Sorry, no need to apologize. That it's all one question. I totally got you. Okay, so we'll do Ashley's reading first. For those of you here, you're welcome to stay on and pop in the chat as well, whatever you would like a reading on next, or just hang out in the vibe. That's totally okay too. So I'm gonna take a moment, Ashley. Just quieting the mind. Let me clear this space real quick from our collective reading here. And I invite you to, Ashley, to just take a moment. I know a lot of the collective message resonated with you, but just set the intention to kind of unplug from that collective. We're going to tune into your higher self. Connecting in with Ashley's guides, Ashley's higher self. The intention of delivering whatever message Ashley needs to hear right now on her path for the highest and greatest good of all only. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm feeling like this is the deck we're going to use. So, message from my higher self regarding my magical path. It's my next step in growth. So, what I'm going to do, Ashley, is I'm going to just pull kind of a grounding card for us. Your magical path is such a beautiful, expansive topic. So I just want to ground into something so that we know what we're looking at for the reading ahead, kind of like we just did with the collective reading before we started pulling the tarot. Message from Ashley's higher self along her magical path. Okay, So we have jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. Seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconscious to light. Messenger, bringing harmony and balance. And Lost Lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. So what I'm hearing for you, Ashley, is that you've been on a certain trajectory for a really long time. And I feel that you have gotten a lot of, you have put your energy into making a lot of necessary shifts and taking necessary steps, very practical steps, to slowly pull yourself away from things that don't serve your path. And that work is not coming to an end, but there's definitely a turning over of the wheel within that for you. And as you're moving forward, there's either is or is going to be a call for you to really dive headfirst in, like to jump in, to not be taking the path so slowly. Not that there was anything wrong with that or that that was incorrect before, but I think that there's really kind of a quickening or a speeding up in terms of depth for you as you move forward. And there's a lot of excitement around this. And there's a lot that's kind of waiting across that threshold for you. And it's not going to come all at once, because that would be super overwhelming. As much as we want to like kind of click over and know everything, things are revealed to us as they need to be revealed, as they need to come up. And I'm seeing this line of just like one thing after the other, after the other, after the other for you. And there's an invitation to not hold back with it, but to also not rush. There's this balance that needs to happen between excited exploration, like that diving in energy, and a balance of letting go of that impatience. And there can be a lot of, I'm feeling this like wanting to know. And what the message here for you is that you're gonna know. Like, it is inevitable. There are things you already know, and there are gonna be confirmations that come up for you that are just gonna be like, yes, 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 yes. So if you're worried about finding the right thing at all, like, it's already done. Like, there's no need to worry. Your job is to just to jump in, release the expectation, allow yourself to get excited and to feel with depth, even if it's counterintuitive to things you may have been taught before, or just past things that just don't align with you anymore. There's really an essence of rediscovering. And while it's going to feel like you're being brought messages, they're wanting to make it very clear that this is a remembering. It's not that you need to discover or make up anything. There's a stepping into and an exploration of the depths, but we're not doing anything new. We're just stripping away all of that bullshit that happened at the beginning of this life and getting that out of the way so that you can remember who you are on your magical path. Ooh, I got chills when I flipped that one over. We have the Three of Pentacles for you, and the Three of Pentacles is really about building. So this is a invitation for you to commune with your guides, to commune with your higher self, and to really see your magical path as a co-creative experience, because you have so much support on the, I'm gonna cry. You have so much support on the other side for you. And even if you can't see that support, if you don't feel that support in your general everyday life, the more you walk down your path, the more evident it is going to be to you through a sense of feeling, through a sense of inner knowing, that you are divinely supported and guided in everything that you do. We have the curious peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. So with this card is always this invitation to step out of a shadow of a belief that there's something about us that is wrong. There's something about us that's incorrect, that needs to be hidden. And while these things may need to not be maybe forwardly projected, loud and proud, right, on top of a soapbox in the middle of the square for everybody and their mother's brother to see, there's nothing wrong with these aspects of us, with who we are at our core. So if you ever feel like there's something inside of you that you are hesitant to take ownership of because you're worried about what other people seeing that aspect of you might think, allow yourself to have the sovereignty and discernment to pick and choose who you step on that soapbox for, right? We can choose to embrace identities and to fully accept who we are and to live the life path of who we are, while still choosing to not maybe rub that so obviously in other people's faces when we know they won't get it, right? We're not for everyone, and we're not supposed to be for everyone. And there's a time and a place to show up in all of us, and there's a time and a place to still stand in our power, right? To not hide who we are or disown who we are or be in a place of inauthenticity with that, but to choose to hold our cards close to our chest in that moment, right? While still standing in our power. Okay, let me see what you're saying here in the comments. Been struggling with calling myself a witch, a lot of learning to do, and wonder if this is talking about that. I'm feeling yes. Whatever you're feeling, Ashley, is, if you are connected to your higher self and you are feeling it, that is the message. Point blank. Regardless of what I'm saying, what you feel and what you get from what I'm saying is what's meant for you. So, invitation to trust that. Ashley says, yes, spot on. Thank you. I worry a lot, getting teary. Okay, so I must have been feeling you. I'm like, I'm gonna cry right now. So much to strip away. We always have that opportunity to strip things away and to shed and to become new. Since I grew up Christian, strict background, lots of relearning and letting go of certain standards. I'm hearing the invitation for you, Ashley, to really focus on the words that you choose to use. This is not a derogatory thing. Like, I'm not saying like you're using the wrong words, but your guides want you to know that the way that you phrase things matters, and to, again, not say this as they want to be really sure that you're not interpreting this as a criticism, but an invitation to begin to create your reality by switching some of these words. So, for instance, relearning, that was one of the things I had just highlighted for me, was relearning to remembering. Letting go, that's fine, standards, blah, blah, blah. I'm just reading through to see if I can find another example that they wanted to share, but nothing else is really being highlighted. But just an invitation to take your power back through your words. I think that's the easiest way for me to convey that message to you. Just to take your power back through your words and to not see it as something you need to relearn, but a remembering, and really beginning to switch your language into a place of empowerment for yourself. Ashley says, yes, totally not for everyone. You're speaking truth in how I felt and been dealing with. No, not a criticism at all. Okay, good. Remembering, got it. Yeah. And Ashley, I don't think it was specifically about that word. Well, it's definitely, that's a great switch to embrace. I think that was just kind of their example of like, relearning implies that there's something outside of yourself that you need to change, or something that you need to, it feels very constrictive is how I feel. So remembering is more soft. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, Ashley, we're going to pull one final card for you in terms of like next steps. I feel like we got a lot, or there was a lot for you in this reading, but something practically that you can do as you move forward, other than the word thing. Because I suppose that really answered that question as well, right? Okay, so how can Ashley move forward with this information? We have ignite your passions and choose your path. So there's really a call here to, as you move forward along your path, Ashley, to focus on what's lighting you up and to not worry about what's not, right? Remember, we talked a lot about in the collective reading, letting go of stuff from the past. I feel like this is very much a nod to that, of like, even if it's not lighting you up right now, doesn't mean that it won't come back around. But the way forward for you, the most aligned way forward for you at the moment, is to really focus on what is igniting those passions, what is lighting you up inside, and choosing your direction based on that. And knowing that whatever lies at the end of that tunnel for you, wherever those passions may lead you, is going to be fruitful. But there's also, with you, there's very much this feeling of needing to soften while also taking inspired action in a direction that is authentic to you. So there's a softening that needs to happen within your internal dialogue, within those words you're using, within ways you're speaking to yourself, within ways that you think about the concept of your magic. But there's also at the same time a very real invitation to grab the bull by the horns, to grab the reins of your life, and to take charge in an empowered way, and to make those moves that are aligned with who you feel you're being called to be in this moment. Okay. I think that's it for you, Ashley. That's all the messages I'm getting. I hope that that was helpful. Thank you so much for being willing to share your experience with us, to have the reading here. I know it can be kind of a vulnerable position, but I hope that you got exactly what you needed out of it for the highest and greatest good. Intentionally clearing the deck, closing the space with Ashley, disconnecting from your beautiful guides, thanking them for everything they gave to us today. And arriving back in our collective energy. Ashley says, thank you very much. Very helpful indeed. You are so welcome, Ashley. I'm so excited for you. So many beautiful things ahead. All right, we're clean, clear, and aligned the decks. If anyone else would like a reading, let me check our time here today. Let's do one more, maybe two, because I love you guys so much. I always intend for them to be short, but whatever comes through, and they always end up longer than I intend, but that is just part of the way that we do things. So, if anyone else would like a reading, again, invitation to tune into your higher self. Take a moment to breathe into your heart space and tap into what your question is from there. Your question can be just general guidance or something more specific. And when you're ready, I just ask that you type before your question please, or I'm sorry, reading please, so that I know that your question is for that specifically. So I'm going to keep clearing the decks and give anyone who wants to receive a message a few minutes. And if we don't have any bites, then we will close out with a collective message. My loves, final invitation to drop in with your question for a personal reading. I'll give everybody a few more minutes. It takes some chat a little while to catch up. And if everyone's feeling good, like they got what they needed to get when they came here, then we will close out. As always, if you are interested in reading, you like my style, you're like, yes, I need this, need more of this, you can book a reading with me anytime on my website, which is in the description box below. All of the readings except for one-on-one readings, so all of the readings that I do as a recorded video and send to you, are currently on sale for the rest of February. So if you're wanting to jump on that, now is not a bad time to do that. And if you don't really need a reading, but you appreciated today's free event and you want to send a little something my way, there is a donation button in the description box below. Never required, but always appreciated as part of our sacred exchange here together. I'm going to take these chat silence as a sign that everyone got what they needed here today, which is beautiful. I love that. And I would love to pull a final card for us before we all go and continue on with our day. So our message here today, as we close out, is a reminder to allow yourself to play within the landscape of dreams. To allow yourself to tap in to your imagination, to play in the realms of the impossible, to allow your vision for your desires to come alive in full color, and to embrace the fact that it may not look like anywhere you've been before. And there's a blessing for your long journey ahead, but one that is filled with sunshine and bright colors, delicious sunsets, and a deep embrace in the unknown and liminal spaces. And our final reminder to be unapologetically the curator of your own life. Because you came here to be nobody else but you, right? So fuck them all. You get to be the queen of your own reality, or king, or however you would like to identify with that. And there's a serious invitation here to embrace that as you move forward, especially if you resonated with our collective message of moving into the unknown. Thank you so much for joining me today. Invitation to place your hand over your heart. Take a final deep breath in and out, releasing this beautiful collective space that we have had together, thanking our guides and our higher selves for the highest and greatest good, for being here and helping us just receive these messages with so much love. Chris says, king of our own reality. Hell yeah. Oh, thanks for popping in. Jenny says, thank you. You are so welcome. Hope that you got what you needed. Thank you for being here with me, and for each and every one of you for contributing to our collective space today. It really does make a difference. It matters. It means a lot. And if you're watching the replay, I hope you have a beautiful week ahead. And we thank you for joining us as well. Ashley says, thank you so much. You are so welcome, Ashley. Sending you so much love along your path, to both Ashley and all of you. And I will see you guys again soon. Take care, my loves. Bye.